What's up, everybody? Welcome to the new Awesemo Fantasy Football YouTube channel. My name is Matt Gajewski, and I am going to be here with a number of other analysts on this channel, delivering you all kinds of content over the summer. If you're tired of the industry consensus and groupthink, make sure to try our data-driven approach over at Awesemo. Before we get started, make sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and stay tuned to the Awesemo channel for more fantasy football breakdowns, mock drafts, best ball drafts, and all kinds of content over the summer. In this particular series, I'll be going through all of the top fantasy football players at each position, talking about their projections, draft slots, and recommendations ahead of the 2021 NFL season. And as you can see here today, we will be discussing the New Orleans Saints back, Alvin Kamara, one of my favorite prospects. Getting into Kamara, he will be entering his fifth season in the NFL. He is still just 26 years old. Kamara's got great size. He stands 5'10", 215 pounds, and he's actually coming off the best season of his career as a whole. And now Kamara's not your prototypical running back that is going to average 1,000 yards rushing. He gets it done very much as a receiver. In the stats you can see on the screen, Kamara handled 187 rush attempts last year, just shy of 1,000 yards. He finishes with 932, but he has 107 targets, 756 receiving yards, and 21 total scores. Digging into some of his efficiency metrics, Kamara is always going to live through efficiency. He forced 39 missed tackles last year, 556 yards after contact. That ranked 22nd among all running backs in the NFL that had at least 100 carries. Now, this isn't abnormal for Kamara. He's been the model of consistency throughout his career. He has at least 700 rushing yards in all four of his seasons, but he also has at least 700 receiving yards in 3 of the 4 seasons as well, going over 100 targets in 3 of those 4 seasons, which really makes him the elite fantasy asset that we've garnered in the top 5 of our drafts for the last 3 years. From an opportunity perspective, again, Kamara looks a little different. Now, the snap share is not near 100%. He's not at the 80% levels of your Christian McCaffreys or your Saquon Barkleys, but 65% for Kamara, and he is making the most out of those, still averaging 19.6 opportunities per game, with a lot of those coming in the pass game. As far as opportunity share, he handled just shy of 65% of all of the backfield work. Broken down by carries and targets, it was just over half of the team's carries, but he had a 22.9% target share last year, which actually led the team. Of course, Michael Thomas was hurt, but Kamara, he's generally pushing a 20% target share as the de facto wide receiver 2 for this New Orleans Saints offense. In the red zone, he still handled 41.6% of all of the red zone work, but this was influenced a little bit by 4 games that Taysom Hill started. If you break it down just by running back attempts in the red zone, Kamara was up at 60%. And this Taysom Hill nugget is going to be something that we break down a little bit later, discussing the absence of Drew Brees this year and how the offense might differ between starters, Taysom Hill versus Jameis Winston, but we will get to that. As far as overall red zone attempts, Kamara handled 42 of those. That was 2nd overall in the NFL. And again, that target share you see on the screen not only crested 22%, but it was 2nd among all running backs with at least 25 targets. Kamara, he's also used in the slot quite a bit. 21% of his snaps came in the slot or out wide. So just another interesting wrinkle for Kamara and how he's used compared to some of the other elite running backs in the NFL. As far as the overall offense, again, we're going through a lot of changes with New Orleans right now. Last year, their pass rate was 53%. That was 28th in the NFL. And that also dropped down to 48% with Taysom Hill starting in those 4 games that Drew Brees missed. Plays per game, they're 65.6. That was good for 10th. Points per game, 29.1 was 5th. And looking forward to this year, they're projected to play the 12th easiest schedule according to opponent win totals. And they are projected for 9 wins themselves. That is just over a 500 record with the new 17-game schedule. As far as changes in this New Orleans offense, they did lose their quarterbacks coach, Joe Lombardi, but most of the coaching staff remains intact. The biggest loss is going to be Drew Brees, but the offense is also losing Emmanuel Sanders and Jared Cook. That pairing vacates 98 targets. They signed Nick Vannett. They also have Adam Troutman, 2nd-year tight end out of Dayton, to fill the void, but they're mostly relying on in-house replacements. That could bode well for Kamara if we see increased usage for him coming out of the slot or maybe just as a receiver out of the backfield. And his receiving workload already rivals that of a Christian McCaffrey. Perhaps moving to a different quarterback, we will see the carries increase as well. From the offensive line, they're returning every starter that was ranked the 4th best overall, according to Pro Football Focus. So there is a chance they'd run even more this year. Even if they don't, the biggest factor for Kamara this season is going to be the quarterback battle between Jameis Winston versus Taysom Hill, with Hill being significantly worse for Kamara overall. Again, with Taysom Hill in the offense last year in those 4 games, the pass rate dropped from 53% to 48%. Taysom Hill handled 28 red zone carries. Now, Taysom Hill is going to come in for gadget plays in the red zone regardless, but if he's invested as the starter, it's going to be significantly worse for Kamara. As far as Winston goes, he should not actually be that much of a downgrade for Kamara as a pass catcher. Bruce Arians, Winston's former head coach, routinely pushes the ball downfield. Sean Payton with Drew Brees has worked on getting easy run after catch opportunities for Brees and his receivers. That should benefit Winston and the offense. And the Saints overall, they accounted for 113 receptions last year. In Tampa Bay, during Winston's last starting season, he threw the ball 84 times to the running back position, and that was with Dare Ogunbowale, Ronald Jones, and Peyton Barber starting, with Alvin Kamara providing a significant upgrade over those 3. The target volume probably decreases, but arguably not that much. Overall, once we're behind Christian McCaffrey, once we're behind Dalvin Cook, the concerns start to emerge for all of these running backs. Kamara is going to come down to quarterbacks, but Saquon Barkley, it's going to be injuries. Derrick Henry is going to be pass catching. So right now it comes down to which one of these players are you most comfortable with. There is a legit argument for Alvin Kamara number 3 overall based on his pass catching prowess. If Taysom Hill ends up starting, I would bump Kamara down a little bit. Right now, comfortable with him as running back number 3. And if you can get him anywhere inside the top 5, he should keep up his dynamic usage through the 2021 NFL season. But that will do it for us at Awesemo.com. Again, I am Matt Gajewski on Twitter at Matt_Gajewski. Next up, we will be covering Derrick Henry and the rest of the first round, followed by a number of premium names that you can find later on in your draft. Remember to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and check back every day for more content. We will catch you again next time.